They invite you to their birthday party or whatever party they are having, and they expect you to pay for your food. Hello, my name is Blessing Anson, and welcome to my channel. Today, we will be discussing something so important, something that is what a lot of people see as culture shock. As we know, culture is diverse. So wherever you find yourself, whatever country you find yourself, you might go and then you can see that those people that are in those particular countries or cities or states have different ways of doing things. And so today I'm going to talk about 10 culture shocks I experienced when I came to the United States of America. Number one is kids call you by your name. So if you come across kids or even children call their parents by their names, it depends on the owns anyway. But majority of people over here call their parents or adults by their name. For instance, a little kid that I might be able to give birth to might see me and call me Blessing. So when I came over here, it was a shock to me. I'm like, why are you calling my name? I can be your mother, or even younger girls or younger boys, people that you're way older than, and then you look at them and you say, I always say, my younger ones will not call me by my name. This person is calling me by my name. So that was a real culture shock to me. And then with time, I began to acclimatize. I began to understand that this is who they are and this is what they do. And so I began to adjust. And so even now, I call adults by their name because that is their name. I began to understand that it's okay to call someone that is older than you by their names because that is their name. And number two is the fact that if someone invites you for their birthday party, or maybe they have an occasion or something, they expect you to come with something. So, for instance, I'm organizing a party and I say, can you come with salad? Can you come with rice? Can you come with eggs or vegetables or different things? They can designate different people. Some people can come with pie, snacks, cookies, and things like that. It's just like somebody is doing a party and they expect every other person to bring the meals. That was a real culture shock to me, especially when they're having parties and they invite you to go to a restaurant. For instance, the first time I experienced this, I was like, oh my gosh, So this guy had invited me for his birthday party, and I was so excited to go for this party, right? I was gonna go with my younger brother, and we all prepared, and unfortunately he wasn't able to go with me, and so I went alone. And when those days, even till now, whenever I'm going out, I always go with my purse, my wallet, right? I always have either my debit card or my credit card. And I was so lucky that I went with my cards because when I got there, we had a lot of fun. They had a lot of friends sitting on the table, and then it was time to pay. And the waiters came and were bringing the POS and the box to make your payment. And they're like, would you like to pay with your debit card or your credit card? And I was surprised. I'm like, I'm supposed to pay? Okay, I'm a big girl. I don't like embarrassing myself. I just brought out my card and I paid. But in retrospect, I was like, thank God my brother didn't come with me because I was thinking we're going to come and eat and go because that is how it's applicable in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, where I'm coming from, if someone is throwing a party, they host you. Okay, they host you big. We like the paparazzi, we like parties, we like fun. And then somebody invites you for a party, you can go with a gift if you want to. You can spray them with money, you can give them cash gifts or whatever gift, but it's not mandatory, right? It's not something that you have to do, right? Over there in where I'm coming from, like if somebody's throwing a party, they're not gonna tell you bring food. If you want to go with food, you can go by your own choice. Like you can decide to do that. But over here, they'll tell you bring this, or if you're going to a restaurant, you have to make your own payments. That was a real culture shock to me. Number three is there is no abegism. So over here, like if you do something wrong, there are repercussions. There is no please, please forgive me. unless they weigh into the issue and they look at all the situations and they say, okay, this person deserves a second chance or something. But there is no like lackadaisical attitude where you just do what you want and then you expect to beg and beg your way out of it. Is not applicable over here. There is no abegism. um Number four is the fact that they call lead, so cover, like maybe you, let's say, something to cover, like this is a cover, right? In Nigeria we call things like this cover, is a lead, is a cover, right? But over here it's called a lead. In Nigeria, we say cover. Use it to cover your bowl. Use it to cover something. Like anything that is like a lid to cover a plate, a bowl, or a cup, or whatever, a plastic, whatever, right? We call it cover. Cover. But they call it lid over here. And I'm like, you know, it's cover. It was cover. So it was a culture shock to me. But with time, I began to understand that it's called lead. So I call it lead and I don't call it cover anymore. Okay. Number five, culture shock to me is the fact that you don't say sorry when you're not at fault. Okay, so where I'm coming from in my country, Nigeria, any little thing you can just say sorry. If you're walking in front of or behind someone and they miss their steps and they almost fall, they almost slip and fall, and the next thing we say, oh, sorry. But over here, I'm like, why are you telling me sorry? It's not your fault, So they don't expect you to say sorry when you are not at fault, when you don't do something wrong. So if someone is about falling, if someone does something like by mistake and you say, oh, sorry, or even when somebody coughs, when you say bless you, sometimes in Nigeria we say sorry or something like that, they don't expect you to say sorry when it is not your fault. That one is so crazy. That is a culture shock that I just cannot put my head around. Okay, so that is number five. So now we're going to go to number six. So number six is there is no unnecessary honking. So if you're driving your car, you don't expect to be honking unnecessarily, like boom, 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 you're pressing on your what do they call it? I don't even remember the name because we don't even use it like that. So you're honking your car. You want the car behind you to pass or the car in front of you to move fast. Over here, they don't do it. Like it's gonna be a shock. There are some people that have anxiety. There are some people that go through a lot. And then when you go ahead and start honking your car, it might be seen as rude. So I can't even remember the last time I heard the sound of a car honk, because it's not common over here. But where I am coming from, oh my gosh, every minute they are like, boom, boom, boom. People are, making noise with their car because they want you to move away from the road or they want you to drive fast. Over here, it's not like that. Okay, so number seven is that they call plastic. They call plastic, so they call nylon plastic. Okay, so we call it nylon. So let me give an example. So something like this, we call it bags over here, plastic bags or something like that. But in Nigeria, we call this nylon bag, And so when I just came here to the US, I will always call it nylon, but with time, I realized that Americans call it plastic bag or just bags, and stuff like that. Okay. So that's about that. So now we're going to move on to number 8. So number 8, we're going to move on to number 8. So number 8 is that people can easily stop at gas stations, at restaurants, to use the bathroom without any problem. No one is going to tell you, oh, pay to use the bathroom in the restaurants or gas stations. If you're driving and you're pressed, there are always places you can stop to use the restroom, to use the bathroom. You can even go to the gym to take your shower. There are some people over here that cannot afford that do not have where they live at the moment, and then they can go to the gym to take their shower. All you need to do is to pay your gym membership. And there are people that, if you're driving and you're pressed, you can just stop at the gas station or stop at the restaurant, and then you can use the bathroom. Like, it's just so easy for that when it comes to that over here. Okay. And number 8 is that they do not litter. Okay. And so if you're walking on the road, you don't need to drop things on the floor. If you're driving your car, you don't need to drop things out of the window. You have to keep the environment neat. Okay. If you do that, sometimes there are places where you see there is fine for littering. So if you're going to be fined, and most times you're going to see cameras all over. You might not see the cameras, but if they want to locate you, they definitely will locate you. So they don't litter over here. Or like where I'm coming from, oh my God, some people can be so lawless. They can litter the environment because they feel that people are paid to clean it, but they don't know that little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. As you litter the place, it's going to pile up, and it's going to cause a lot of havoc. So let's try not to litter. Okay. Number 10 for now. So this is number 10 culture shock I experienced, and that is number 10 is people do not touch people. Okay. If you want to talk to someone, talk to them without touching them. You don't need to touch people, especially people you do not know. Some people can see it as, violence. Some people can see it as abuse when you touch them. So if you want to talk to someone, talk to the person without touching. Okay. You don't need to touch. Let's say you're trying to signal to someone, you're calling someone's attention, you can call their attention without touching them. Okay. In Nigeria is a normal thing. People will touch you, people don't mind their business. Over here, people mind their business, and if people want to call your attention, they will look for other means to call your attention without touching you. Okay. Unless it is an emergency, you are in danger, or it's something that is totally necessary. Of course, over here there are people that do things in that way where they touch people. They want to see, oh, is this your natural hair? And then they touch your hair. But normally is not something that people do over here. They don't touch people when they don't need to. Even when they want to touch your laptop, or they want to touch your things that is not even your physical body, they want to touch your property, they first take permission before they touch. Okay. And so those are the 10 culture shock I experienced when I came to the United States of America. If you've enjoyed this video and you have more culture shock, if you are abroad, wherever, even if it's not the US, wherever you are, what culture shock did you experience? Was it something that you still experiencing till this minute, or were you able to grow out of it? Were you able to acclimatize and become used to those your new environment to the point that it is no more a culture shock to you? And so this is the part 1. We might end up doing the part 2. If you have suggestions, questions, or topics that you want us to treat, do not hesitate to drop it on the comment section. Please, if you enjoyed this video in any way, like, share, and follow our channel and our page. Okay. Thank you for watching us. Once more, my name is Blessing Unseen, and see you in my next video. Bye now.